9. And that's a factory default calibration gas. And what we're going to do, we don't have a cylinder cal gas, but we're going to assume, for test purposes, that the air in here is 21.9. And to calibrate one of these units, you simply touch the stand button, and it says enter concentration, up or down. It says 21.4, so this is the up button. So we're going to make up 21.5, 21.6, 21.7, 21.8, 21.9, 21.9% by volume. I've told it we're preparing to apply 21.9% gas. So it's giving me 10 seconds before it tells me, right there, apply gas now. It's going to assume that I'm finished changing it, and it's going to say, okay, put the gas on. It says cal mode. It said it. It said cal mode, and now it's calibrating. And instead of applying a cylinder of gas on this, we're using the ambient air and assuming it's 21.9. So in just a moment, when
you gotta put the cup down. He's like talking around and walking out with the cup. Are you gonna take out the water?
And 21.8 is what it says right now, and we can go and align these two units. We'll go into the keys.
21.9.
21.9, 22. And there's a step where you select the channel.
The sensor must to be reading 20.9, all right? The correct value in oxygen in the air.
Select the channel one more, please. And then go to next. And go down. There's something here called the zero adjust. There it is. Zero adjust. We want to do that. And it synchronizes the 2 milliamp signals. So it has a better, and go down to where it says resume and select that. So we have a reading of 20.9. And these sensors that we're using in this demo kit are quite old, just for our training purposes. You know, we're not training customers right now, so I didn't bring anything brand new. But the oxygen sensor here is reading 21.7, 21.8, and it's actual a live cell. It's a live reading, and it could be changing slightly because I'm speaking here. It's a normal operation mode. To see the alarm settings, you press the next button, and it displays the 2 alarm settings. A low alarm of 19.5 and a high alarm of 23. The oxygen has a deficiency alarm, where if the reading of oxygen goes down, it trips. And it also has an enrichment alarm. If the reading goes above 20.9, I think the alarm setting was 23. For instance, if the customer was stored oxygen in his facility, in tanks, you don't want a leak of oxygen because it's expensive, plus it's an accelerant to combustion. So what we'll do is just show you, right now it's showing the alarm set point. We'll go back to normal operation by hitting next. And then I'm going to cut my hands just like we did with the portable gas detector. And reduce the concentration of gas on it. And it's going into, you should see an alarm light lit up. There it is, the low alarm, low and a high. No, it's not a high, it's just the direction I'm seeing from the side here. I can see the low. And you don't have the audible because I have it switched off. Here's the beeper.
No, the value increased again.
It's out of alarm. So it's going to be a piercing alarm. Maybe, if it works. It's this beeper here. I just shut that off. But that beeper is installed on the 4-channel controller for the control room, and they can utilize it or not utilize it. The 4-channel controller has separate internal relays for each of the alarm settings. And now I want to just show you how easy it is to change gas types. You just remove the sensor, and you can do this powered up. Say I'm going to put a combustible sensor in, and the other one we have is, I think it's an ammonia sensor. Nice ammonia sensor. It's a real popular product. Put that in, turn it until it finds its seat, push it in, So you can't push it in and can't accidentally put it in backwards. And it says sensor warm up, and it's waiting for information. And you don't do this often. You don't. This is normally just for initial setup
Yeah,
when you set the system up or when you're demonstrating it.
ammonia, please recognize.
It says ammonia. It already says ammonia, but it's still waiting on the signal, the 4 to 20 milliamp signal. But this is a good demonstration of how the transmitter is universal, where a customer can have several different gases in his facility and buy one transmitter and standardize on it. And a low-cost, very functional, easy to calibrate transmitter. There's no calibration tools, no meters or voltmeters needed to adjust the calibration or to zero it. Just the magnetic screwdriver. You touch the button here that says 0, or the button here that says fan to put it in cal mode. It says NH3 0, NH3 or ammonia 0, and all the sensors except the oxygen has only 2 alarms, low alarm and high alarm, efficiency and enrichment. To check the alarm set points from the factory, you touch the next button and it displays the 3 alarm settings. Ammonia from the factory is set at 25, 35, and 75 ppm, 3 alarms, and inside the controller there are 3 relays available just for that channel if you want to utilize them. And if your company wants to, or if the customer wants to adjust the alarms, you simply change the alarms the way they want the alarm set. So that's the 4-channel controller and the transmitter. Again, one transmitter universal, like several gas types in the facility, and the benefit is that they don't need to have so many spare parts to support all their gas needs. They can just say, well, I'm on 3 transmitters, 3 ammonias, because a lot of people, they say, quote me 3 chlorines, 2 combustible transmitters, and 2 ammonias, and spare parts for 1 year. So all you do is quote them the 3 transmitters for ammonia, 3 transmitters for combustible, 3 for chlorine, and 1 transmitter for spare part for all of them. A whole transmitter. And if they have a problem with the transmitter, they take it out and put the new transmitter in. And that's a good sales benefit. And they'll realize that. You know, we're not unique to this universal feature now. We were one of, if not the first, to have this smart feature. It is universal. We're not unique anymore, but there is a lot of, in the older days, that wasn't the case. The people had to have shelves, you know, part numbers of all these different parts for their different gas types. And they remember that. Especially the big companies who put a lot of money in spare parts and cannot afford downtime. So, let's cut and we'll go to the sense alert. Some ammonia.
I found something.
You got some ammonia?
It contains some. I don't know the percentage. It's 0.757.
Well, I can smell it. And usually, yeah, that's got a little ammonia, I think. Okay, so this has a little on it. And some people, you know, when they calibrate, they don't really calibrate. They go with a cup and they put a little ammonia in it. It's working. They just want to know if it's working. They don't care if it's accurate, but they want to know if ammonia is out here, it will trip the alarms. And some people, we don't buy that gas. We're confident. Normally it's supposed to be 0. And if there's gas out here, we want to know. I don't know, man.
It's less than 1%.
So we'll put this on and see if it... Yeah, I don't even know if this is a working ammonia.
Yeah, we're learning. You're on learning curve.
For the combustible, yeah.
See? Okay.
Yeah, I should...
Those are green.
You're on learning.
It has one ingredient too.
Okay. Well, you
It
can
says
test it.
ammonia free.
Oh, green leaf? Yeah, that's probably not very strong. Okay, but that's how this works. And the 2-channel is just a different controller, same way, 4 to 20 milliamps. You can use it with. That's